3 years ago, I walked away from an abusive relationship, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I used to get an allowance. It was awesome. And no one ever. And he drained the bank account and locked me out of the house. And I struggled for about a year and a half. And I remember pulling pennies and quarters out of my daughter's piggy bank to try to put gas in my car to get to job interviews. And let me tell you, if you rub pennies together, it doesn't make more money. I tried. So I have a beautiful little girl. I don't know where she is. I don't give a her. My Vivian Grace, where she is, she is. I made her. So I decided I was going to do whatever it took to provide for myself and my child. And my parents were awesome. They let me use more money than I should, and I'm very proud. So it was, I knew that I needed to do something that I could pay them back tenfold. So I started dancing. And it was just one of those things that I figured, it's easy money, in and out, pay off my debt, pay back my parents, and then it just, it got easier because there was so much money. But I always knew, and my family always told me, I am so much better than that. And I knew that I embarrassed my family, and I wasn't proud of it, but I was embarrassed because I had to do whatever it took to provide for my daughter. And through that time, I became really anorexic. My family thought that I had an eating disorder, and they didn't believe me when I was in the bathroom. And I'm sure, for parents, you see your daughter running to the bathroom after she eats, you probably think the same thing. And it was that time that I ended up in the hospital, and I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And they said that it was like stress, I don't know, stress triggers it or something. And then Jen introduced, Len, shout out Len. Ryan, you better be in here. Jen introduced me to Yoli, and it has changed my life, not just physically, but emotionally, what it has done for my family. We are the closest we ever were. And I'm healthy now. Oh, look at her. And I can provide for my beautiful Vivian. Though she's just partially my wife, because she's all of Jen's wife, so I know that what Jen does, she's taken care of for life. She's gonna walk into a Yoli empire. And not know what to do. Which car do I drive to school today? But on top of my sweet little Vivian, I want to take care of my parents. I want them to never have to work another day of their life. I want my dad to do nothing but mow the lawn 3 times a day. I don't want my mom to leave the kitchen because she's Sicilian and she loves to feed us. And I don't want her to leave. I'm just going to put a cot in the kitchen. She doesn't need to do anything. They took care of me. one of my best friends from when I was like 5, how much time do I have? Her name is Kate. I'm sure you see her all over Facebook. We stopped talking around the time that I went through my separation. And it was Yoli 3 months ago. I don't know, I felt this urge to, after 3 years, to call her up and say, Kate, I'm doing Yoli again. And, you should probably do it with me after not talking to her for 3 years. And, by the way, buy a deb. By the way, how's life? And, it was like, through Yoli, I have been able to get my best friend back. And, I haven't stepped foot in a gentleman's club in 6 months. I don't even know what else to say.
That's a pure moment!
Yeah. Mom, Dad, can you stand up? Okay, I'm gonna take my toilet paper once again. What it feels like, because they have to be up here next year. Hear that, team? Casey? Deb, Sherry? Amanda? Okay. Are you ready? Wave, everybody. Woo! Why can't I see anything?
Oh man, okay. So, most of you guys know me, I'm sure, like, everyone who's friends with me on Facebook knows me, that's for sure. So, I think I have 5 minutes and 50 seconds left, and I talk really fast, but I'm going to try to slow it down so I can actually let you guys hear what I'm saying. A lot of you probably have heard my story before, but I'll kind of do a real short synopsis of the physical stuff I went through, real short, promise, and then some of the financial stuff to get me to here and why I chose Yoli. Actually, Yoli chose me, but I'm glad it chose me. So I struggled with weight since I was in my 20s. And I finally realized, thanks to Dr. Angie, I don't know where she is, but again, I probably had hormonal imbalances since I was younger. I think at 16 I was diagnosed with ovarian cysts. But in my 20s I was diagnosed with endometriosis. So I do believe I've been struggling with that for probably many, many years. And so weight was always an issue with me. And I'd gone through, I always worked out, my ex did personal training, so he had me on eating plans, protein shakes, and things like that. And I had gone through a elective plastic surgery prior to having been diagnosed with endometriosis. And that was kind of scary because they make you sign this thing that says, if you die while you're under anesthesia, it's not our fault and nobody can sue us. And I gladly signed that paper, which is pretty sad how people were so desperate. When I was diagnosed with endometriosis, they actually put me into medically induced menopause with a drug called Lupron. And shame on me for not learning more about it before I actually did it. But I was actually in the pharmaceutical industry. Please don't hate me or throw anything at me. No tomatoes. But I did that for about 7.5 years. And At the time, I felt that being in the medical field, I was helping people because I wanted to help people, and I just wasn't educated on, I wasn't doing the right things for my own body, so of course, I figured pharmaceuticals, that was the only option. So, in 2012, I actually saw a friend at the gym, and she had said something about, I said, well, hey, you look different. She said, oh, I'm doing this thing called Yoli, and I thought about you because you go to bed at 8 o'clock every night, you're tired all the time, you don't have any energy. I worked out like 6 days a week, but nobody could tell. And so she said, you should probably check this out. So I actually Facebooked Lenny, and I don't know about you guys, but this guy, he's got such a great life, he really does. I want to be just like him. So he really is an amazing person, and I've known him since I was 18. He had the hots for my roommate when we were in college. So he used to come into the restaurant a lot for dinner. But anyway, so I Facebooked him, and I said, I need this Yoli stuff, because she said energy, and she said, sleeping better. And he said, well, I'm in Cancun with Yoli. I said, well, that's great for you, but I don't care. When are you coming back? I need this stuff like yesterday. Because I don't sleep, and I have no energy, and I need something. So he came home, and I went to his house on a Thursday night for a BBP with Julie Bose. She was there, and my friend Stacy. And I started my transformation May 4th of 2012. That was my T-Day. And I did go through a really amazing physical transformation, and it literally, I talk about how I think most people, maybe not, obviously not us in the room, but most people live their lives surviving from one day to the next. They live in black and white, and they've so become used to black and white that they don't remember what color was actually like. It's true. I mean, if you guys know, you might remember being there. It's the once you live color again, you're like, I'll never go back. That's why that's for lifetime kids, right? Never going back. So I had a physical transformation. You're never going to believe who the first two people that I told were. Mom and Dad, of course. Mom, Dad, gotta come over. I gotta show you this video, you gotta get on this stuff. And my mom's like, okay, I'll do it. My dad's like, what? I can't eat? You know. Like, whatever, Dad, just follow whatever Mom says. I mean, it's as basic as that. So then, they got on, my family got on, and I just started telling people. And I just started telling people. Thank God Lenny signed me up as a member, and 2 weeks later I did buy a party pack. And last summer was great, it was fun. I was laid off. It was like the third time I'd been laid off in, I think, 4 years. And so I kind of had fun with it. And I didn't treat Yoli, looking back, I realized that I didn't treat Yoli as an actual part-time business last summer, and even in the fall. I had fun with it, and I loved telling everybody, but I didn't actually commit to it. And then I got another job in September, and I went through 5 weeks of training. I came straight to conference last year from being away in Texas for 2 weeks. And I was really tired. And I found out on October 26th, after going through 5 weeks of training and being away for 2 weeks, they told us that morning that we were getting laid off December 2012. So I came here and I was like, something has to change. I'm tired of dedicating, because I dedicate. I'm just tired because I always put everything into what I choose to do, and because I'd made pharmaceuticals my career before, I put everything into it. So I got here, and I know some of you guys that were here last year, you remember me standing up on Sunday and saying, I gotta change something. I'm tired of being a rat in the little circle that just keeps going and going. And obviously the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and actually expecting a different result. So when I got home, I did take another job with a company I worked for before, because at the time, again, I hadn't been serious with it, so I think it was maybe a 5-star gold, and I was making money, but I needed to be able to fund my Yoli habit and fund the business, and so I took I have a Yoli habit. Yoli habit. So I got back and I took another job. I went through another 5 weeks of training. So I basically trained 10 out of the 12 weeks of last quarter of last year. And I came home December 21st, and I said, when Christmas is over, that's it. I'm going to do Yoli as a part-time business, and I'm committed. to doing what it takes. I'm going to follow what the founders set up because they made it really easy for us. I started doing personal development, you know, the gym run CDs, and just trying to just engage. I just wanted to fill my mind with the things. I turned off the TV. I have no idea what's going on in current events at all. At all, I have no idea. Like, you know, if the world could be ending, I don't know. I'm like, just give me some Yoli, I'll be fine. I mean, I have such a passion. Here's an ugly. But basically, when you know, January, the end of December, beginning of January rolled around, and I basically said, okay, what can I sacrifice? What can I give up so I have some time to actually do Yoli? And I was already working 40 hours, and again, I was good at what I did. They called me 3 times to try to get me back. So I was good at what I did. But I basically was like, I'm going to dedicate at least 20 hours a week, and I turned off the TV. I actually sacrificed some gym time. I even sacrificed spending time with my niece, who, again, is my number one why. I mean, she's my number one why. But I figured, you know what? If I sacrifice some time now with her, so I can do anything I want with her for the rest of my life, yeah, it's worth it. It's totally worth it, right? Europe or anywhere I want for the rest of our lives or whatever time we have here on this earth, it was worth 6 months of really, really working hard. And so that's basically what I did. I got back in touch with my why. I said, all right, somebody gave me a gift. Am I gonna keep this to myself, or am I gonna make sure that I tell every single person I can possibly tell? I said, well, yeah, I love to talk, so obviously it's the second one. I'm gonna tell everybody I can. And that's just what I did, and I know I'm running out of time. But basically, Yoli chose me, but when I got serious with it, I decided that I'm going to try to help maybe make a difference. And I forget who put the quote up, but every one of us can make a difference. Every day we can make a difference in someone's life. And you never know. I mean, one of the biggest things is don't prejudge anybody. You never really know where a person's at. They could be suffering so much on the inside and putting big faces on the outside, because believe me, I did it for a long time.
And I was the skinny girl that was dying on the inside.
Yeah.
Literally.
So just get in touch with your why and realize that when someone gives you a gift, seriously, it's really selfish of you if you're not willing to share this with everyone. It is. It's really selfish. And you know what? That's not what we are here to make a difference. And it is our duty as human beings to at least tell other people. It doesn't matter what they choose to do with the information we give them. That's their choice. That's not our job. But our job is to invite them, to get them to the Better Body parties, to let the amazing stuff that we have that our founders designed for us do its job, and then love them where it's at. And that's it. And keep going back to them. My friend Mary Funk, for 8 months, she's one of my good friends, blew me off. Doesn't matter, I kept inviting her. Because she's my friend. And I was like, I'm going to invite you till you come. And eventually she came, and she's at conference today. Four things that I think are really important. Definitely change your mindset. When you change your mindset and you decide up here that you're going to do something, honestly, I believe you can do anything that you want. Anything. There will be obstacles. Figure out a way to crawl over them, crawl through them, go under them, but you're going to be able to do it because you've made the choice up here. So it's just a matter of finding a solution to get across the problem. The other thing is learn to manage your disappointment. The bigger your organization gets, the more disappointments the potential problems and things are going to arise. Learn to manage them when you're a 5-star still or a 5-star low, whatever. Because as they get bigger, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I know how to do this, or let's figure out the solution and we'll run with it. Again, I already said, remember your why. Always refocus with your why. When things are tough, go back to the heart, because that's where it's at. And that's everyone in this room has a huge heart, or you wouldn't be here. And then, of course, from Team Pennsylvania, have fun! Right? As you guys all know, because you see Facebook, we love to have fun. We do, and it's part of what makes life so amazing. I want to thank God, first and foremost, because obviously I wouldn't be here, none of us would be here without him. I want to thank my family, my sister Jessica, who has been a huge support and a huge, huge part of why I'm standing here, because she's encouraged me and she's been there for me every step of the way. Obviously Brittany, obviously my parents, they are my inspiration, they are my heroes. They are my heroes. And then I I just want to thank my team, because obviously neither of us would be standing up here without our team. And I also want to thank the founders, because you guys, seriously, there's, yeah, and just even forget the financial part, like the physical part, to be able to give someone their life back, to live again, I never thought I would have that. So thank you guys.